Guard against the impostures of pretended patriotism. The tree of liberty must be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants. If we ever forget that we are one nation under God, then we will be a nation gone under. Patriotism is the virtue of the vicious. Patriotism when love of your own people comes first, nationalism, when hate for people other than your own comes first. A soldier will fight long and hard for a bit of colored ribbon. The greatness of America lies not in being more enlightened than any other nation, but rather in her ability to repair her fall. We, the people, recognize that we have responsibilities as well as rights, that our destinies are bound together, that a freedom which only asks what's in it for me, a freedom without a commitment to others, a freedom without love or charity or duty or patriotism, is unworthy of our founding ideals, and those who died in their defense. America was not built on fear. America was built on courage, on imagination, and an unbeatable determination to do the job at hand. This nation will remain the land of the free only so long as it is the home of the brave. Let every nation know, whether it wishes us well or ill, that we shall pay any price, bear any burden, meet any hardship, support any friend, oppose any foe to assure the survival and the success of liberty. My dream is of a place and a time where America will once again be seen as the last best hope of earth. A patriot must always be ready to defend his country against his government. To survive in peace and harmony, united and strong, we must have one people, one nation, one flag. Wars may be fought with weapons, but they are won by men. It is the spirit of men who follow and of the man who leads that gains the victory. Be courteous to all, but intimate with few, and let those few be well tried before you give them your confidence. Be grateful to people who make us happy, they are the charming gardeners who make our souls blossom. Real friend is one who walks in when the rest of the world walks out. In the sweetness of friendship let there be laughter, and sharing of pleasures. For in the dew of little things the heart finds its morning and is refreshed. A friend in the dark is better than walking alone in the light. In everyone's life, at some time, our inner fire goes out. It is then burst into flame by an encounter with another human being. We should all be thankful for those people who rekindle the inner spirit. There are no strangers here, only friends you haven't yet met. There is nothing on this earth more to be prized than true friendship. One of the most beautiful qualities of true friendship is to understand and to be understood. The only way to have a friend is to be one. Friends are the siblings God never gave us. Remember that the most valuable antiques are dear old friends. Love is the only force capable of transforming an enemy into a friend. The greatest gift of life is friendship, and I have received it. Friendship is unnecessary, like philosophy, like art. It has no survival value, rather it is one of those things that give value to survival. Good faith and justice toward all nations. Cultivate peace and harmony with all. Pray as though everything depended on God. Work as though everything depended on you. To one who has faith, no explanation is necessary. To one without faith, no explanation is possible. Faith is taking the first step even when you don't see the whole staircase. When you focus on being a blessing, God makes sure that you are always blessed in abundance. That feels the light when the dawn is still dark. Be faithful in small things because it is in them that your strength lies. Faith consists in believing when it is beyond the power of reason to believe. If you have God on your side, everything becomes clear. Faith is a living, daring confidence in God's grace, so sure and certain that a man could stake his life on it 1,000 times. My deepest, darkest moments, what really got me through was a prayer. Sometimes my prayer was help me. Sometimes a prayer was thank you. What I've discovered is that intimate connection and communication with my Creator will always get me through because I know my support, my help, is just a prayer away. In faith there is enough light for those who want to believe and enough shadows to blind those who don't. I am still far from being what I want to be, but with God's help I shall succeed. To have faith is to trust yourself to the water. When you swim you don't grab hold of the water, because if you do you will sink and drown. Instead you relax, and float. Faith is not belief without proof, but trust without reservation. The Constitution is the guide which I never will abandon. Good, better, best. Never let it rest till your good is better and your better is best. Do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future, concentrate the mind on the present moment. Perfection is not attainable, but if we chase perfection we can catch excellence. Success is the sum of small efforts, repeated day in and day out. We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. Christmas waves a magic wand over this world, and behold, everything is softer and more beautiful. Strength and growth come only through continuous effort and struggle. It is during our darkest moments that we must focus to see the light. I just find myself happy with the simple things, appreciating the blessings God gave me. Yesterday's the past, tomorrow's the future, but today is a gift. That's why it's called the present. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Self-respect knows no considerations. For success, attitude is equally as important as ability. I'm having fun. I'm being myself. I'm doing what I love. That's all that matters. The Constitution is the guide which I never will abandon. Good, better, best. Never let it rest till your good is better and your better is best. Do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future, concentrate the mind on the present moment. Perfection is not attainable, but if we chase perfection we can catch excellence. Success is the sum of small efforts, repeated day in and day out. We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. It is better to be alone than in bad company. Alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. I restore myself when I'm alone. Look at the sky. We are not alone. The whole universe is friendly to us and conspires only to give the best to those who dream and work. Loneliness is the poverty of self, solitude is the richness of self. Solitude is independence. If you are lonely when you're alone, you are in bad company. The strongest man in the world is he who stands most alone. Loneliness adds beauty to life. It puts a special burn on sunsets and makes night air smell better. Solitude vivifies, isolation kills. To live alone is the fate of all great souls. When the people you love are gone, you're alone. You cannot be lonely if you like the person you're alone with. In solitude the mind gains strength and learns to lean upon itself. I never said, I want to be alone. I only said, I want to be left alone. There is all the difference. To be prepared for war is one of the most effective means of preserving peace. There is no hunting like the hunting of man, and those who have hunted armed men long enough and liked it, never care for anything else thereafter. Know thyself, know thy enemy. 1,000 battles, 1,000 victories. The object of war is not to die for your country but to make the other bastard die for his. War does not determine who is right, only who is left. Background. Previous quote. Winston Churchill quotes. Background. Next quote. We shall defend our island, whatever the cost may be. We shall fight on the beaches, we shall fight on the landing grounds, we shall fight in the fields and in the streets, we shall fight in the hills, we shall never surrender. Winston Churchill. We shall defend our island, whatever the cost may be. We shall fight on the beaches, we shall fight on the landing grounds, we shall fight in the fields and in the streets, we shall fight in the hills, we shall never surrender. The more you sweat in peace, the less you bleed in war. I know not with what weapons World War III will be fought, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. It is well that war is so terrible, otherwise we should grow too fond of it. Older men declare war, but it is the youth that must fight and die. In peace, sons bury their fathers. In war, Fathers bury their sons. There is no avoiding war, it can only be postponed to the advantage of others. The two most powerful warriors are patience and time. Only the dead have seen the end of the war. I am tired and sick of war. Its glory is all moonshine. It is only those who have neither fired a shot nor heard the shrieks and groans of the wounded who cry aloud for blood, for vengeance, for desolation. War is hell.